Aha. I'm so happy to connect to everybody here. The first time on my English YouTube channel, and I greet you from the bottom of my heart. And I love you all. Thank you so much for connecting today with me. And have a wonderful Sunday evening. And today I will speak a little bit about the upcoming energies. And it felt for me like the cosmos is opening. It is such a great energy shift we are experiencing now. And a warm welcome to everybody today. And please write in the chat from where you are and what and how you're feeling the energies this time. And yes, I'm very happy to connect to you today. And the next weeks, and especially in March, we will experience the most intensive energies for a long time. And I spoke in my last energy updates about the upcoming month of March, and there are some days that are very dangerous. And yes, and please, I'm very, very happy to connect to everybody. And yes, and I will see in the chat. And if you have any question about your spiritual life and about the energies, then please write down in the chat, and so I can see them. And I'm also doing in my German YouTube channel. I have a German YouTube channel. Normally on Sunday in the afternoon, a live stream like this today in the English YouTube, and I ask the people when they have question that I can receive to them and give them inspirations and answers also. Yes, but we will start first with the energy update for the big energy shifts we are experiencing now. Hi from Texas, from France. That's so great to connect to everybody, to connect to the world. That's so fantastic. And there are so like-minded people here on my English YouTube channel. There's such a high energy. It's great. I'm amazed about all those feedbacks, and thank you. Istanbul, from everywhere on the world. That's crazy. Yes, what will we experience in the next month? I spoke of two very important dates. Israel, oh, that's great. Africa. It's fantastic. Um, yes, I spoke of those very important dates in March. We have the 15th of March, and also the 25th of March. They are very, very important. And between those dates, we also have a very important special new moon at the 21st of March. And I spoke that at the 15th of March, we have a constellation. We have the moon and we have Mars in the opposite position. And I'm speaking of the Vedic astrology. That's not like the tropical Western astrology the most people know in the Western. But the wonderful thing about the Vedic astrology is it connects to the position of the stars in the sky at the real time. And sorry if my English is sometimes a little bit crazy, but it's not so easy for me because I'm normally speaking German. And I'm speaking of the Vedic astrology, and we are connected to the stars at their real position in the sky. And on the 15th of March, We have the moon and Mars in opposition. We have Mars in the sign of Gemini, and we have the moon in the sign of Sagittarius, and those two are at 0 degree. And the moon travels very fast, but we have this special constellation at the 15th of March, and we also have the sun and Neptune in the sign of Pisces, also at 0 degree. And that is a very intense energy, because they are building a T square, those planets, and this means that at this time there can happen an unexpected event, a very important event. And also we have some days later the new moon, the first astrological new moon in the month of March, and that is also a very important sign for a new beginning and a big shift. And I think a lot of people are feeling those energies. They are tired, they cannot sleep very well, and they feel there's something going on in their body, and sometimes they can't explain what it is, but they recognize they have other dreams. They remember things they couldn't remember before. It is a very special energy we can experience this time. And I'm seeing there's so much going on in the chat, and I'm speaking and speaking, but I couldn't look in the chat what you all are writing. And it's really amazing for me to connect to everybody this time in the English language. It's crazy, yes. And I'm so happy to connect to you. It feels so right. I'm so glad about this. And but first, and if you have any question, please ask me. Also, if you want to know something personal about my life, you can ask me. And very new since today, I have an English newsletter. If you want my newsletter, you can sign up. There is a link under the video, so you can get it. It is totally free. A weekly newsletter I have. I will tell you about the energies and also the astrological aspects. And if you want, you can subscribe to this newsletter. Yes, yes, wear some. It's really funny, and I like to connect to you all. I can feel you, and maybe you can feel my energy also. That is very special. And thank you, Teddy, for your $10. Yes, I'm planning so much new things, and to connect more to all you, to everybody on the planet, and that's really fantastic. But now I want to finish my energy update, and I spoke of the 15th of March. That this is a very important date because of the constellation with the moon and Mars in opposition, and Sun and Neptune in the sign of Pisces. And the sign of Pisces is very energetically very important, because Pisces is in the zodiac, the last house, the last sign, and it is connected with the Jesus Christ consciousness, and it is the most spiritual house we have in the astrological zodiac. And this is very meaningful because now Neptune transit in the sign of Pisces, and there will also the Sun will transit in the sign of Pisces, and there is also the planet Jupiter, and it is all about the big awakening, what we are now we will now shift to our consciousness in a totally new level of awareness, of feeling ourselves, of understanding ourselves. Because Neptune is a planet who moves very slowly, and it is connected to our spiritual consciousness. Neptune is the most spiritual planet we have from the 12 planets we normally speak in the astrological astrology in the astrology. And Neptune is the most spiritual planet, and Pisces is the most spiritual sign, and Neptune is now for 13 years in this sign, and that is very important. But Neptune is also connected to Poseidon. It is the god of the sea and the water and the storms, and we will have a lot of storms, a lot of problems, or of not normal weather phenomena we will see with Neptune. And I think also in the month of March, we will see some special weather constellations, maybe also sea quakes could be possible. And but it is all about a really big transformation and a spiritual awakening. We are in it, and now it's beginning on a new higher level, because a lot of people are understanding more what it means to be, to live, that it is much more than only to be in a body. It is so much more we can create, we can manifest, and we can experience us from this higher consciousness, and that is from those Christ level. Because Christ came to the earth not to be a master for us all and to show us. He came here on earth to give us the understanding that we are all Jesus Christs. We are all those little Christ, and we have to learn to to be Christ and to live from this higher consciousness, from this openness, and from this from the heart. From the heart, to live from the heart is so important. But now I will look at the chat what you are all writing about. And yes, and I'm very excited. Sorry for this, and maybe I'm a little bit confused, but sorry, it is the first time. I think I will get better with every live stream we will have. And please, if you have any question, ask me. You can also ask me if you watch the video later. You can write down your questions. I like to give you answers about the future, about the extraterrestrials, about the star seeds, and about the energies. Maybe also if you have any astrological questions, please write down. And I think it is a very exciting time we have, and it is so much happening now. And yes, and we will see that the borders in those 13 years when Neptune is in the sign of Pisces, the borders will not be the same in 13 years. Maybe also the borders of the countries will more dissolve, and we will understand ourselves from a higher level, but um, also that the borders will not be the same in this time, because um, there will be new communities will be created in this time. Also, spiritual communities will be created in the next 13 years. And it is a very important time because it speaks about a big shift, a big new beginning we are now in. And especially with the new astrological year that we have at the 21st of March. Your aura is so beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Sebastian. And I'm looking what you're all writing down. I see a pale blue aura. Yeah. But it's also my background. And I have today my friend here with me. Maybe you have not seen it before. It is a crystal skull I have. And it is speaking. It is very special. And I love him very much. And he's always with me. And yes, and I love you all. And please, if you have any question, I would like to give you some answers. I'm looking what I'm seeing here, what you're writing. I am from Germany. I am living near Stuttgart. And if you have any question, how do you know the skull is a him? That's great. I do not know, but I speak of him, so I think he is a he. Yes, and I'm yes, and he's speaking very clear to me. It is a great gift to have a crystal skull because the skulls are connected to the consciousness of the earth and to all of us, to all of our humanity. And there was 12 crystal skulls at the time of Atlantis. And thank you, Verdi, for your great donation. Thank you very much. And there were 12 crystal skulls at the time of Atlantis. They were created from masters, and they were created with their mind and also with mantras they were chanting, and they are creating those calls. And those calls we will discover in the next years, maybe also in the next 13 years, we will discover a lot of them, and they will activate in our DNA rememberings of the time of Atlantis, and and we can more remember about our capability, our what we all can do. We can do so much more as we think. And like the big old pyramids, they were built with also with chanting mantras, and how we can manipulate the physical world. We will discover those things, and we will be capable to teleport to other places, and we will discover so much more, and the crystal skulls will help us in all of those things. And I have also created crystals with an energy they are very high vibration crystals, and I hope I can also sell them to all of you. Now I only can sell in Germany and in Austria, but I think there will be a solution so you can get also my crystals. And Nilfus writing, wishing you lots of love and happiness in your new home, Sylvia. Yes, I wrote in my German channel that my husband and we found a beautiful house. We looked for a house so long, and now we found our dream house, and it is eco house, and with very special climate energy in it, and it is in not in the mountains, but it is very in the nature. We have in Germany, I don't know the English name, the hills where the for the wine you need the fruits for the wine, and they are there. If somebody knows the English word, please show me up. And yes. Are you intending to do a workshop how to communicate with crystal schools? Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, maybe I can do this. I will do this. That's great. Yes, I will do a German webinar, but it's only in German language. On next Saturday, we are connecting to Sirius. I will open the field for the understanding of our star seeds, because the time comes near for open contact, and it is so important and also amazing to learn more about our star seeds, our star family. And I will start with the Sirius star family, and we connect with them in a meditation, and also there will be some energy transformations in this workshop. Maybe I can make it also in English language, maybe it will come. And they are so full of love, our star seeds, when I connect to them. And the human beings have a very strong connection to Sirius star system. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky, and it is like a mentorship. The Syrian star constellation is for our people here on the earth, and they are also connected very deeply to the consciousness of the dolphins. The dolphin, they are they are from Sirius star system, and a lot of people had life on the Sirius star constellation in form of a dolphin, or on Earth alive as a dolphin, and that's amazing. And I had a dog, a Dalmatian dog, the dog with the white dog with the brown points on the skin, and this dog was also connected to the Sirius star system. And I often thought about that this dog is more a dolphin, and he was a master from Sirius. He is a master from Sirius. He is now he died, but he's in the spiritual world also for me a teacher, and that's amazing. There's so much things going on, we can't believe all those stuff. And can you please read my horoscope? Oluwakemi. So sorry for this, but I do not give personal readings anymore, because I have a lot of courses, and for me it's so much more important to teach and to show, not to give you the fish. Like when I speak about your horoscope, I can only give you the fish, but for me it's more important to show you how you can fish yours, how you can do your own fishing, and to yes, and to bring you to understand that can that you can all do this for yourself. And when I teach, then you can get so much more than only if I'm doing a reading for you. And that is my purpose, one very strong purpose of my life, to teach and to share and to show, and to show the people that they could they could open themselves, because I can't make you spiritual. You have to open yourself, and to allow to live your dreams, and to allow to live your heart, and live from your heart. And this is what I'm doing with all of my videos, to show the people who they are. And this is amazing. And Nilfus, writing ancient Egyptians, noted that Sirius rose just before the sun each year, immediately prior to the annual flooding of the Nile River. Although the floods could bring destruction, they also brought new life. That is so important. Thank you for this. Yes, the Sirius star system is so important for us. And a lot of Sirius star people uh, came to the earth to help us and to show us how to grow on the fields, and the agricultural aspects, and also the wisdom of the stars, and the astronomy and the astrological. Those science, they were inspired from those star beings. And that's also a reason for me now to discover the astrological aspects. They are so important because the stars are part of our own consciousness. Yes. How did you start it? Oh, that's a good question, Lourdes. What can I tell you? Therefore, I think now I know that I was so connected to the stars and the star families in my young childhood. I couldn't remember long, but now, because I'm so much more aware and connected to the star seeds, I remember that it was for me normal when I was a child, that the UFOs, that I knew I was there in other planets and on ships. And I have forgotten so much, but all those things came up because I allowed myself to remember. And that is so important to do this. And yes, and I had a very normal life. I married and I had children. And then I was working at an insurance company, and I forgot all about my spiritual life. But I discovered then yoga, and I was a yoga teacher over 20 years. And but I thought I could not live from doing yoga teachings. And then I lost my job, and it was the first time I lost my job. I was nearly 50 years old, and then I recognized I'm too old for every job. I started to search for a job, and I discovered at this time my spiritual one of my spiritual teachers. It was Marie Neal, is was her name because she died. And she opened in me a lot of remembering my own power, and my self-worth. And I started to making videos on YouTube. And so I discovered all of those things because I opened myself for them. And then I heard on YouTube about starseeds, and I thought something is very weird about starseeds and other star beings, that there are not only angels out there, but other civilizations. And more I opened to these ideas. And then I connected so much more to those families. And now I'm very connected. I'm channeling the Pleiades and also the Sirius and the Sasani and the Yael. They are so near to me and to my life, and and it is great what they are sharing with me, and I can share with you. But now looking what you're also asking about, and I hope it can help you. How can we learn the true Vedic astrology? Audra, I have a German online course for Vedic astrology, and it is a very great course. I do not know if I can make it also in English. Maybe it will come. I wrote a book about the astrology, the Vedic astrology. It's amazing. But I also have a good. If you will write me, I can send you some English teacher maybe, if you want to start this. It's very. The Vedic astrology is amazing, and it is also called um, the science of the light. The name is Jyotish. Jyotish is the name of the Vedic astrology, and it is called the science of the light. Very important. And it is the Vedas are the oldest books we have, and also the books of Ayurveda and of yoga, and the astrology are the eyes of the Vedas who help us to see clearly. So important. Yes. What are you writing? Could you possibly tell people about how they could raise their Christ oil, Christ consciousness? Um, I think the most important is to live it for everybody. Of For you to live your Christ consciousness as good as you can every day, to remember how brave Jesus Christ was with everything, and that we also can do this. We can stand up for our rights. That is so important at this time where there are so much things going on we do not want on the outside, about the vaccinations and a lot of other stuffs. We all know it, and about the war and all the weapons. And I'm totally saying, and I'm from Germany, and Germany wants to send the weapons to the Ukraine. And I think, I'm not in war. It's not my war. I do not want that we will send their weapons, because war will never end if you send weapons. That's not the right way to do it. And I think it is so important to be brave, not in the way that we should fight against everything, but in the way that we can stand up for our rights and to live our truth. That is so important. And with this, we can help everybody else if we start to live this one. Okay. Hello from Montana. I love Germany, especially Darmstadt and Heidelberg's era. Very well. I think we should. It is time to connect and to let the borders fall. Really, also between the countries and between the languages, and we are so near together. We are all connected so much, and I think it is so important to feel this and to live this. Okay, looking what you're also writing. Hi, Sylvia. Yes, so wonderful to connect to everybody. I'm looking if I seeing any question. How do we contact you? Oh, Lourdes, I have a new English newsletter. Please, maybe you can find the link under the video in the description box, and also there are my contact, my email. If you want to contact to us, please email me. Yes, this time I do not give personal readings, but I think more things will come up, and I will offer you more things. and I'm very, very happy to connect to everybody of you. Do you have information on the 3 days of darkness? David, um, yes, I have some information about the 3 days of darkness, and I think a lot of people think there's literally that there will be 3 days when the sky is dark and but I do not see it because there are a lot of versions of the earth. There's not only one version of the earth. And if you watch my videos, you might get some information about this theory, or because it's my reality. And so I think if you have a lot of fears in you and you fear those 3 days of darkness and you make it to your own re- to your own reality, then you might be experience those 3 days. There is a version of Earth who will experience 3 dark days, but it is not my truth. And what I feel it is more about we are going, and a lot of people are going now with Neptune in the planet Neptune in the sign of Pisces through a process of inner darkness. The dark the dark time of the soul. It is a little bit like we have to face our shadows and we have to feel our negative emotions. That is so important. And I think those 3 days of darkness are more an inner process we have to go, everybody have to go through, and to let go and to lose the control. It is very important to understand it is we never had the control really in our life, and to learn that we can also give up the idea that we have the control of everything. Okay. Hi, thank you. Have you any insights? Moment, I have to look. Insights to do with Israel. We are being politically changing from democracy to hopefully not decidership. Sorry. Um, I looked at a chart of Israel, but I do not remember really. Sorry for this. Um, yes, there are a lot of changes, but it is so important to stand up for your truth and for your rights in a peaceful way, not to fight against other, but to show that you want to experience peace and that you are creating peace in your life, in your family, in everything you do. That is so important. It is not so important what others do. It is important what you do. That is really your only focus should be on things what you want to do and to create this peace in you, because this peace brings you in high frequencies and you can only experience things that are in the same frequency range like you are. If you are in war, you will only experience war, but if you are in peace, the war cannot go up to you, and you can connect to other people who are also like-minded and will also experience peace. So that's the best way to do, and not to look so much about a political situation or something like this. Yes, we have never the control. We thought we have the control, but in really, in true reality, we do not have the control of anything. And we were born on and came to this earth, and we never had any control. We did not know if is there somebody who will feed us, who will give us a warm shelter or something like this. Yes, we never know about this. And sorry about my English. It's sometimes a little bit confusing, maybe. Wise words, Sylvia. Thank you. Thank you, Theo. Yes. And I think I will do more live streams if you like them, and you can ask me questions and Please send me your questions. What about the 15th of March? Yes, Phoenix. I spoke about this very special constellation, astrological constellation. It is extreme, extreme tender at this day, and it can, and it can, bring up an event. Maybe I'm not so sure. It could also be about the storms and the weather, and also the earthquake or the sea quake could be possible, but also a lot of things of the truth that can come out, also of the leaderships, because the Sun and Neptune are at 0 degrees in the sign of Pisces, and the sign of Pisces is also the last sign. It is about endings, and the Sun is about leadership. And I spoke in my last videos about Biden and the situation, and also the situation with China and the USA, which is very special. And I think this, the 15th of March could be a trigger. I'm not so sure what will happen because of also of Neptune. Neptune is involved at 0 degree with the Sun, and Neptune is about deception. We cannot see really what is going on, but there is something going on, and we will see what will happen. We can only predict things. And there are always a lot of possibilities what can happen, and we will see what will happen. Yes. And if you are interested in something special, please write to me and ask me. And may I ask you, on the 23rd of March, I have a special feeling. Maria, what is your feeling about? I'm starting my new medial online course at the 23rd of March. And it is between those days. It's not really, how should I say this? It is a very high energy month, March. And I spoke of the very special first new moon we have on the 21st of March. And there we have sun and moon. When there is a new moon, there is sun and moon in the same sign, and they are in the sign of Pisces at 6 degrees. And I spoke about that there is a very dangerous fixed star. It is called Sheet, like his name. And it is often connected with tragedies, and with 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 events who are not so really good, because the sign of Pisces, the 12th house, is also about endings, about ending lives, and also about death. And we will experience a lot of people who will die the next year, so maybe also this year, because of also Neptune in the sign of Pisces. I think so. But it is, we have to understand that our life is not really ending at any time. We are all, yes, oh, sometimes the English words are, I do not find them. We are all infinite beings, and also dying is only an experience we are making in our consciousness journey we are all on. And dying is like a finger snip, and you are at the next moment in the not physical world, and you're living on. You're all experience in your unique way. There is no ending. There was no beginning, and there is no ending for consciousness. And so it is only a kind of transformation a lot of people are doing, but they are not really going anywhere. There's only the here and now, and we are always here and now, and we are all living in our own unique universe, and it is our unique experience we are making, and we are God. I know that is not so easy to understand. How can we be God? Everybody, but it is true. We are all God, and everybody of us is his own kind of God in his own universe. It is like a bigger being who has eyes and is watching, and everybody is looking from this big being with its own eyes through. And so is God experience a lot of more doors. You don't need doors. Okay. Wo kann ich diese wunderschöne Kette bestellen? Yes, that is really first only in German and in Austria. Verdi, thank you very much. Earthquake, seaquakes, yes. And I predict the earthquake hours before in the Turkey. And I also predict the earthquake that happened at the new moon and the last new moon. And I also predict now there was an volcano explosion in Indonesia, and I also spoke about this in my videos. It's yeah, it's very, very important. Now I lost my uh, what I was speaking about. It's so nice to connect to you. I can feel everybody of you. This is crazy. And yes, Turkey in triple trouble, disaster, earthquakes, and the dictator's economic is crashing. Yes, here in Istanbul, residents fear homes will collapse. Yes. But I think it's also very important in Turkey that now we can recognize that the buildings were not stable enough, and that there is a lot of things going not really good there, and we have to make it better. That is very important. Hello from Switzerland. Yes, I'm greeting you all. So, so great. And we have 47 minutes. It's crazy. Yes. And I'm looking if there is not any question from you. Then I will give you an answer if I see there's something coming up. Do you have any more question? Please ask me. A wash in water. Yes, I also speak about the tsunami we had in the year of 2004 in Indonesia. And with those planets in the sign of Pisces, it also could mean that something similar could happen, because also the nodal axis is in the same position like it was in 2004. Yes. Okay, very great. And if you have any question, please share your questions. And so I think I will be there for a next live stream for you. And till then, what are your predictions about the war in the Ukraine, whether it will end in 2023? Very, very, I do not really connect to the war of Ukraine, when it will end. There might be a chance that it could end because of the nodal axis, and I spoke about we have the nodal axis this time in the sign of Aries and Libra, and these signs are about war and peace, and we are collective experience those themes when the nodal axis is in those signs. And this changes in the end of November. The axis is changing in Pisces and Virgo. And this is a little bit more about health. And but it could also mean maybe that there could be a new pandemic. We will see. I will tell you when I get informations, also astrological, if I can see more. But this could be also a theme that we can experience next, but we will see. Yes. And please subscribe to my channel if you are new. And yes, if you want my new energy update every week, my newsletter, please subscribe. You find it under the video. And so I think I will now stop. And thank you so much to being here with me. And please also share the video. It might be a little bit confusing, all things, but it was really amazing for me to feel from my heart your energy so near to me. And if you have questions, please send them to me. With this, I will end, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening. We have now in evening in Germany, and if you are in the USA or something else, a nice afternoon. And yes, and thank you so much. Bye bye.